Namaste. Today I'm going to read Volume 2, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Part 5, Chapter 21, Description of the Special War in the Shiva Puran. Sanat Kumara said, on seeing the leaders of the Ganas, Nandan, Ganesha and Kartikeya, the Danavas rushed at them for dual combat. Kalanimi clashed with Nandin, Sumba fought Ganesha and Nishumba. Sumba fought Ganesha and Nisumba hesitatingly rushed at Kartikeya with 5 arrows. Nishumba hit the peacock of Kartikeya in the chest and fell unconscious. Then the infuriated Kartikeya discharged 5 arrows at his chariot and pierced the horses and the charioteer. The invincible hero hit Nishumba with another sharp arrow quickly and roared. The Asura Nishumba, of great prowess and heroism, hit Kartikeya in the battle with his arrow as he roared. By the time the furious Kartikeya seized his spear, Nishumba struck him with it. Thus, O Vyasa, a great fight between Kartikeya and Nishumba ensued as they shouted heroically. Then Nandan hit Kalanimi with 7 arrows and pierced his horses, banner, chariot, and charioteer. With very sharp shafts discharged from his bow, the infuriated Kalanimi cut the bow of Nandan. Defying the great demon, Kalanimi, the heroic Nandishvara, hit him in the chest with his spear. With his horses and charioteer killed, and himself wounded in the chest, he broke the top of a mountain and hit Nandan. Then Shumba and the Ganesha, seated respectively in a chariot and on a mouse, fought each other with volleys of arrows. Ganesha hit Shumba in his chest with an arrow and felled his charioteer with 3 arrows on the ground. Then the infuriated Shumba covered Ganesha with a shower of arrows. Hitting the mouse with 3 arrows, he roared like thunder. The mouse, pierced by the arrows, shook with acute pain. Ganesha was thrown off his vehicle, and he became a foot soldier, as it were. Then Ganesha hit Shumba in his chest with his axe and felled him to the ground. Thereafter he mounted his mouse again. Lord Ganesha, of elephantine face, got ready for the fight. He hit him mockingly and angrily, as if hitting a great elephant with a goad. Kalanimi and Shumba simultaneously attacked Ganesha furiously with arrows as ruthless as serpents. On seeing him afflicted, the powerful Virabhadra, accompanied by a crow, goblins rushed in. The Kushmandas, Bhairavas, Vitalas, Yoginis, Pisachas, Dakinis, and Ganas came there with him. The earth, resonant with various kinds of noise, shouts of joy, leonine roars, and the sounds of damarukas, quaked. Then the Bhutas ran here and there, devouring the Danavas. They jumped up and danced in the battlefield and threw the Asura on the ground. In the meantime, Vyasa, Nandan, and Guha regained their consciousness and got up. They roared in the battlefield again. Nandan and Kartikeya came hurriedly and struck the Dechas in the battleground with incessant volleys of arrows. Then the army of the Dechas became agitated and dejected, with many Dechas wounded, split, killed, felled to the ground, and devoured. Thus Nandan, Kartikeya, the formidable and valorous Virabhadra, and the other gunners roared much in the battle. And those 2 generals of the son of the ocean, Nishumba and Shumba, the great Decha Kalanimi, and the other Asuras, were defeated. On seeing the army destroyed, the powerful son of the ocean rushed at the gunners in his chariot and of waving and wafting colours. Thereat even the defeated Dechas became jubilant. Of Vyasa they roared much and got ready for the fray. The victorious gunners of Shiva too roared, led by Nandan, Kartikeya, Ganesha, and Virabhadra, O sage. The trumpets of the elephants, the neighing of the horses, the rumbling of the chariots, the sounds of the conchs and war drums, and the leonine roars of the armies rose up. The space between heaven and the earth became enveloped by the many arrows discharged by Jalandhara, as if by floating masses of mist, hitting Nandan and Ganesha with 5 arrows each, and Virabhadra with 20. He roared like thunder. Kartikeya, this heroic son of Shiva, then swiftly hit the Decha Jalandhara with his spear and roared. With the body pierced through by the spear, the Decha fell on the ground with eyes rolling. But the powerful Asura swiftly stood up. Then Jalandhara, the infuriated leader of the Dechas, hit Kartikeya in his chest with his mace. Vyasa, plainly exhibiting the successful efficiency of the mace secured as a favor from Brahma Kartikeya, fell on the ground suddenly. Similarly, struck by the mace, Nandan too fell on the ground. He was distressed a little, although he was a great hero and a destroyer of enemies. Then the infuriated hero, Ganesha, came there, after remembering the lotus-like feet of Shiva, and split the mace of the Decha with his axe. Virabhadra then hit the Danava in his chest with 3 arrows, cut off the bana, umbrella, bow, and the horses of the Decha with 7 arrows. Then the infuriated leader of the Dechas lifted up his terrible Shakti and felled Ganesha. He mounted another chariot then. The powerful leader of the Dechas did not mind Virabhadra at all. Angrily he rushed at him. Jalandhara, the heroic king of Dechas, hit Virabhadra with a fierce arrow and roared. The infuriated Virabhadra split that arrow with a sharp-edged arrow. With another great arrow he hit him too. Then both of them, the most excellent of heroes, refulgent like the sun, fought each other with different kinds of weapons and missiles. Virabhadra then felled his horses with his arrows. He forcefully cut off his bow and flags too. Then the king of the Dechas leapt up to him with a great iron club. That powerful warrior reached very near Virabhadra very quickly. The heroic and powerful son of the ocean hit Virabhadra on his head with his great iron club. He then roared. Virabhadra, the leader of the gunners, fell on the ground with his head shattered by the iron club and shed much blood. On seeing Virabhadra fallen, the terrified gunners abandoned the battleground, shrieking, and fled to Lord Shiva. On hearing the tumultuous uproar of the gunners, the moon-crested lord asked the excellent gunners, the heroes standing near him. Shiva said, "How is this tumultuous uproar among my gunners? O heroes, let this be inquired into. Peace shall be established by me, of course." Even as the Lord of the Gods was conducting the inquiry, the leaders of the gunners approached the Lord. On seeing them dejected, the Lord inquired after their health. The gunners then intimated to him everything in detail. On hearing it, Lord Shiva, the expert in divine sports, assured them of freedom from fear, increasing their enthusiasm. Here ends today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Prabhu Prananatam, Vibhum Veshwanatham, Jagannatanatham, Saranantapacham, Buddhitam, Veshwaram, Bhutanatham, Shivam Shankaram, Shamumeshanamidi, Om Kapura Gauram, Karanavartaram, Sansarasaram, Mujagendrahadam, Sadavasantam, Hridayarvinde, Pavam Bhavami, Saitam Namami. Om Namah Parvati Pate, Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Janti Mangala Kali, Bhadra Kali, Kapali Durga, Kashma Shivadatri, Swaha, Swaha. Om Mata Chaputatma, Bandusha, Chasakat, Vidya, Trivirang, Sarva. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.